All right. I think I'm in frame. Am I in frame? I don't know. My boss gave me the day off today. Oh, hello. My boss gave me the day off today by accident. So I figured, you know, why not, do this instead, because I got nothing else better to do in life, so thanks, Jay. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start with this. Hello everyone, this is Duder and welcome to the den. It's Shark Week, baby. Oh yeah, it's big. We're talking thrashers, we're talking great whites, we're talking makos, we're talking hammerheads. We got black tip reef sharks. We got white tip reef sharks. Throwing a couple, bonnet heads in there. Maybe spice it up a bit. Maybe don't tempt me, throwing a wobbegong or two. Ooh. As we sit and celebrate the marvelous fish that are sharks, it's important to me to sort of take the time to realize that maybe some of the other animals that sharks sort of kind of take the spotlight away from are also kind of cool. So while Tom Bergeron punches a poor hammerhead shark in the face to dance for him, I figured, let's talk about pinnipeds. Let's talk about seals and sea lions and stuff. They're pretty rad. I like them. Let's talk about them. Yeah, it's my channel. I can do whatever the hell I want. Probably should have brought up the Google Doc with all my little bullets before I started filming. That would have been smart. But then again, we're talking about me here, so. Pinnipeds stem from the family of Arctoidea. They are caniform carnivorians, so they're in the same family as bears, dogs, weasels. Closest relatives are in fact weasels. They stemmed off from the group around 46 million years ago in the early Eocene era, and their actual ancestors themselves stemmed off in the Oligocene around 25 million years ago, with the family then branching out to what it's now extant in modern versions around 15 million years ago. Living pinnipeds are segmented into three distinct groups. You have your eared seals and sea lions. They're very cool. You have your earless seals, and you have, of course, the walruses. They're all alone. It's hot out. There's about 34 distinct genera across all three families of pinnipeds as well. The family has shown incredible intelligence, like cetacean and primate level intelligence. Aside from being able to play horns and do circus tricks like you'd see in an amusement park or a abusive circus, sea lions and furred seals, as well as other eared seals, have also been noted to perform multiple complex tasks, from memorization to puzzle solving to even vocal mimicry to a scary degree. Many studies have shown that they can retain this information for upwards of a year or so at least, which means that they also not only are remembering a lot of the phrases that they're mimicking, but also understanding them. So, scary, but cool. They're also incredibly loud. Many pinnipeds will also rather adorably play. They will manipulate the world around them. They'll blow bubbles, they'll slap, their fins together. The works, the good stuff. They do all this to better break down the world around them. They have a bunch of different mental and physical adaptations to help with that. That's what walruses' mustaches are for, actually, as well. We'll get into that a little bit later, but yeah, that's what walruses' mustaches are for, breaking down the world around them. Also, please, for the love of God, check out the shitty AI image that I found whilst researching this. Phenomenal. They don't do all this stuff alone either. Most pinnipeds are really social, like super social. A lot of them live in colonies or at least in polygamous harems. Like in the case of elephant seals, or in the case of Weddell seals, they have open relationships in the form of dispersed mating. It usually works with Weddell seals, but for the terminally online gooner, not so much. Leopard seals, my favorite seal, they are famously antisocial, but even during the mating season, they will actually create their own unique songs and courtship displays to help attract mates. So that's pretty neat. By the way, leopard seals, they're literal monsters, but in the best way. We'll get into it. The effects of those behaviors on their physiology are also pretty notable. Otarids, it's the sea lions and the fur seals, and your elephant seals with phocids, they're super sexually dimorphic. Like crazily. So the difference between a male and a female is comically insane. The males will obviously fight for dominance over breeding rights and territory, and most of the time they do so, and it ends up with this gruesome, very brutal display. Holy shit, what the hell is happening here? Meanwhile, most true seals and earless seals, like harbor seals, they're going to be more promiscuous. So they're going to be less sexually dependent. The males and females will basically look pretty similar. Maybe a bit of a difference, but not a whole lot. That's because instead of forming harems, they're sort of just hooking up and not really hooking up, you know, quickie, and then we're out of there, you know. One thing that's really cool that is constant across the entire pinniped family is something called delayed implantation. It's a phenomena that takes place during and after mating. That is when, after mating, the zygote, the blastula, the little clump of cells that's inside the mother, it will actually stay dormant inside of the mother until a grace period has allotted and then begin to gestate. It usually is around 3.5, even 4 months in some individuals, and it allows the mother to seek out more ecologically stable environments in order to then begin the gestation period, which usually takes around 8 to 9 months in most pinniped species. Essentially, think of it as if you were to get pregnant and you had 4 months to get your affairs in order before you even started your pregnancy journey. That's really, really rad in my opinion. I think that's really, 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 really cool. Now, once the baby is born, that's where things differentiate across the 3 different families. Most of the time with the phocids, they usually nurse and produce milk for the calf somewhere between 60 days to a few months, a very high turnaround rate for larger bodied mammals. The otarids usually nurse around a year or so. Think about most mid-sized mammals like you and I, chimpanzee, that kind of thing. They'll nurse for about a year. Walruses nurse for 2 years. Imagine a 2-year-old nursing. Jesus Christ, no. I mean, hey, you gotta get a lot of milk to grow those teeth, man, but damn. Outside of reproductive adaptations, they have a bunch of adaptations that help better facilitate their lives in their environments. Really high concentrations of myoglobin in their muscle systems and huge brachiocardio systems in their bodies to help combat hypoxia and to help better ensure oxygenation towards the body. So, you know, not turning purple and dying. That's pretty sick. They have collapsible rib cages and lungs so they can better dive at great depths, as well as thick layers of blubber to help insulate protective internal organs, help facilitate surviving in what is essentially space, but with 10 times the pressure. Seriously, I love deep sea stuff. Deep sea stuff's really, really cool, but stay the hell away from it. Yikes. They also do something called renal retention. What is renal retention, you ask? I'm glad you didn't. That's when they hold on to their pee by closing up all the sphincters in their body to help combat hydration loss and osmotic balance, otherwise known as salt balance. They also keep warm with it. But you wish you could hold on to your warm pee too, huh? Yeah. That was stupid. Their senses are also just super heightened. When you live in a medium that is essentially the worst conductive medium for any sort of stimuli, it puts pressure on an organism to maybe get those senses to a much more heightened degree. And yeah, pinnipeds are no different. They rely heavily on both their sight and hearing. They also have a great sense of smell too. And they have these very cool little things called vibrissae, otherwise known as whiskers. Yeah, they use whiskers to better navigate around in low vision environments. So most of the silt and stuff at the bottom of the ocean, they use that to hunt some of their preferred prey. It's going to be fish, soft-bodied organisms like mollusks and squid, and crustaceans and shellfish. They also have pretty cool teeth. They have heterodonted teeth. Vocab today, what does heterodont mean? It just means you have a bunch of different teeth in your mouth. Think, you know, your dog, a chimpanzee, you. We all have different teeth in our mouth. Some animals don't have that. Think alligators, they don't have different types of teeth. Cats kind of don't really have different types of teeth. They do, but it's kind of weird. But yeah, pinnipeds and other sorts of, you know, members of that family, They actually also have a proclivity to choose which side to chew on. Walruses tend to prefer the right side. That's pretty neat. Some species, like the crab eater seal, have teeth that look like this, which is certainly something. If Custer, the song, was a set of jaws, I feel like this would be a pretty good contender for it. They're neat though, I like them a lot. My favorite seal, the leopard seal, is a macropredator actually, and unlike other seals that tend to eat fish, mollusks, and shellfish, like we stated before, they eat warm-bodied prey like penguins and other marine mammals like small dolphins and porpoises and other seals. What adaptations do leopard seals have in order to facilitate this diet and the predatory niche? Being absolutely gigantic and having a super streamlined and predatory body. They're literally like if the Loch Ness Monster was a mammal.
I've officially...
Can you tell why they're my favorite? So anyways, that's just a little diatribe about seals. I just wanted to make this video because it's Shark Week, and even though I love sharks, I feel like seals could use a little bit of love too. Don't get me wrong, I still am kind of more biased towards sharks, but come on. It's great. You got big old eyes, great vision, makes them look adorable. It's awesome. I had a lot of fun making this video. I just scratched the surface of pinniped stuff, of seals in general, and things like that. I could have talked a lot about the different environmental factors that go into many of the adaptations that a lot of these animals have. Hello. My dog's down here, I don't know if you can see her. Okay. You too hot, hon? You wanna go inside soon? All right, I'll wrap up and I'll let you inside, okay? I could have talked a whole lot more about the different environmental adaptations that they have. I could have talked a bit more about, you know, the different species and how they're diverse. I'd love to. So if you want to see more about that, you know, let me know. Could have talked about baikal seals. Baikal seals are crazy. Like, they live in a lake that's landlocked in the middle of Asia. That's also the deepest lake in Asia and may also have aliens in it. So let me talk about baikal seals and Lake Baikal in general, please. If you like the video, please subscribe. I plan on making more videos like this in the future. This is what I got my degree for, and what I am currently pursuing is as a degree, wildlife biology and animal health and science, that kind of thing. So even though I love dinosaurs, which has sort of been the mainstay on my channel, I do want to sort of branch out to more extant species as well. I also do artwork if this is your first time ever coming to my channel. So if you'd like to see any of that or are interested in anything like that, you can follow me on any of my socials. I'm on Instagram, I'm on DeviantArt, I'm on Tumblr and Twitter. If you have a suggestion of what you'd like me to talk about next, whether it be more seal stuff or any other kind of animal, more dinosaur stuff, let me know in the comments below. If you have any other questions or comments about seals, let me know down below too. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.